Raphael Esparza, mybookie.ag. On your radio, we have Sam Williams' next segment, J.D. Piquel at 4:30. Esparza, welcome in, sir. How are you?
Pretty good. How about yourself?
You know, we're hanging in there. I mean, look, you know, just in a matter of like half a week or a week, Mississippi State and Ole Miss baseball have hit the wall. So, I mean, that was fun. That was over quickly. Now we just turned to national college baseball.
Yeah, I mean, there's been some good games so far that I have seen in college baseball. One thing about everyone keeps on asking me, how come some books don't book more college baseball odds and stuff like that? First of all, people need to realize that the only action we get in college baseball is usually like when a playoff starts and stuff like that. Right now, only the wise guys are betting college baseball. So trying to find an out-of-conference college baseball line, it's going to be pretty hard to do.
Yeah, I was going to say, and that's got to be, I would assume, is that a tough sport to handicap? I mean, if you're going to handicap it, you want to handicap as many as you can, but so many rosters, so many. I mean, is it tougher to handicap than a normal baseball game, like Major League Baseball?
It is, because there's so many conferences. I mean, in basketball, you're automatically going to get two-way action a lot in college basketball, but in college baseball is probably the hardest one because some of them don't even go on TV. You got California Baptist. You have teams that some people don't even know that had baseball teams. You have Nichols if you're in Louisiana and stuff like that. Just so many teams when it comes to college baseball. We can probably handicap it now. We would just get one-side actions. For a perfect example, if we were doing, I'm trying to think of a game today that it's probably lopsided. Arizona State, Ohio State right now. We're so lopsided on ASU because no one's betting Ohio State. Granted, there could be we're lopsided. That could be just maybe 3 bets because we're not getting any bets in it.
Raphael Esparza, mybookie.ag, get in and play today. College basketball, though, always hot. A lot going on as we move through the weeks here the next few weeks. You know, bracketology continues to heat up. Looking at, some of the lines I'm looking at, UConn, 5-1 to win the whole thing. That I believe Purdue was the number one team a couple weeks ago, and they're now 6.5 to 1. Houston, Arizona. I don't know the 4 teams that are listed as the number one teams right now. That would be UConn, Purdue, Houston, and Arizona. I don't know that they are heads and shoulders better than the 2s or the 3s, are they?
No, they're not. I had a conversation today talking about no one's really talking about some of these 2s that are going to be probably in there, like a North Carolina team that's probably really hungry because they didn't even make the tournament last year. So now they're probably going to be a solid 2. As of now, maybe they could falter off because so far a lot of top teams have had some bad losses coming in there. But don't sleep on the 2s. This is probably, and I'm hoping I don't say this every year, but this is probably the wide open March Madness I have seen in a very, very, very long time. I can see a 3 winning it all, or even a 4. 3 right now, I think Baylor could be a 3. Iowa State could be a 3. I'm trying to think. Tennessee can maybe be a 3 if they slip up a little bit. This is probably going to be one of the most wide open tournaments.
No, and we do say that a lot, but I think there's a lot of truth to it because you look at just like the focus on college football right now obviously is the transfer portal, but when you look at college basketball, that's been the case for quite a while, and a lot of rosters will be flipped totally in a year. I mean, I remember a couple of years ago LSU I think had, I can't remember, like everybody but 2 guys transferred out and their whole new team was new. So I don't know how many of these teams, and I think that's why you see some of these, like the St. Mary's of the world or maybe a San Diego State of the world or Creighton, they'll make a run in the tournament because they have, a roster that has been together for 2-3 years. You just don't see that in any of the big schools. Duke, Kansas, Kentucky, none of them have longevity in the roster, which I think makes for the tournament to be more wide open.
Yeah, and your favorite school, Alabama, they can make some noise. They'll probably be a 3-4 team, even though they just fired their football play-by-play caller. You guys had discussion. I can't believe that's what you guys were discussing on the air, but I'm not the producer or you, but I guess that's hot topics there.
Oh, it's 100% hot topics. Think about Alabama. They got rid of their legendary football coach and their legendary radio broadcast guy, and their new football coach is on social media for the first. That's the first time Alabama football's their coach has ever been on social media. So Alabama's going 8-4 next year.
I could see that. I could see them losing 3-4, but this is not the same Alabama. Even when Saban was there, it wasn't the same Alabama the last couple of years. Welcome to the times of college sports.
No, absolutely. Raphael Esparza, mybookie.ag. Get in and play today. Let's talk a little NFL while I got some time here. It looks like at least the talking heads are putting it out there. Caleb Williams is going to go to the Bears. What happens to Justin Fields? What is the interest in Justin Fields? I know he's your guy.
I did an interview for a Chicago station, and they said there's about 4 to 5 teams that are going to make that phone call to try to get Justin Fields. I think the Bears are just going to take the best one, and I think the Bears really do like this kid. I think they really do like Justin Fields. But when you have this Caleb Williams that people are talking about, he could be the next Patrick Mahomes, or how do you pass up these kind of offers? You're going to probably get a number 1 pick and so many other picks. If you're the Bears, you just can't pass that up. So I would not be shocked if the Bears call, Pittsburgh calls, New England calls, someone in the top 3 or 4 that Caleb Williams is their guy. I mean, no offense, I think the Bears are trading this. It's just how much can they get for it.
So you think they're trading out of the pick or trading Justin Fields?
Oh, they're trading Justin Fields. They're going to get it. They're going to take the pick and they're going to trade Justin Fields easily. I do not. I think they've even told him. That's why he came out yesterday and says, "I'm tired of this talk. I wish it would just happen." Blah blah blah.
What's your take on the quarterback class? Much like we say every year, it's the most wide open field we've seen. Which there's a lot of truth to that. We just discussed that. Every year, it's like, well, this is potentially the best quarterback. Now, we didn't say it 2 years ago when Kenny Pickett was the number 1 guy. We kind of knew the whole field was very, very thin. But you hear a lot of times, this could be the best class since 85, or 83, excuse me, best class since 83. Caleb Williams, Drake May is going to go right there in the top 3. Jaden Daniels likely in the top 3. Then, of course, you got McCarthy. You've got, Penix at Washington, Bo Nix. Is this class really the deepest we've seen in a while?
I don't want to say deepest or talented, but there's a lot of good question marks in there. We'll put there. I still think Jaden Daniels is a question mark. I'm not. He's going to go 2 or 3, but I think he's a question mark. He's had one really good year, and we've all seen really, really big mobile quarterbacks play in the NFL. Look what happened last year. Richardson, he got hurt, but I like Bo Nix. I think he's experienced. I have no idea why Michael Penix Jr. is not getting that much love. Maybe because of his knees were all tore up, and how's he going to pass physicals and all that. The kid from Tulane's got a cannon, Michael Pratt, that no one's talking about. So I think there's a lot of good question marks on there. Even I'll say number 1, I'm not sold on the number 1 pick, Caleb Williams. When your offensive line of USC's talking bad about you, that he's glad that he's gone, that puts smoke, and I don't like smoke when I'm looking at quarterbacks because sometimes that just starts a really big fire.
No, there's no doubt about it. Raphael Esparza, mybookie.ag. Get in and play today. What's going on in Philadelphia? A.J. Brown, every time I look up, A.J. Brown is chirping about something. Media, locker room. Is that breakup imminent between A.J. Brown and the Philadelphia Eagles?
I think so. If not, I think everyone's going to play one more year. And if they have a year like they did last year, then I think some fires are going to be starting to let go. I think the new head coach, A.J. Brown, play calling. I think we can see a big change in Philadelphia. I don't know if he's going to be gone because I think the offense needs him unless they draft. No one's talking about this wide receiver class is very, very deep.
Yes,
in the draft. So unless they get someone that they really like, then maybe they can let him go. But I think everyone in Philly is going to get a 1-year pass.
Hey, what else is going on? What's going on in the fight world? What else can people play? I know there's a lot to do. It's a very convoluted sports part of the calendar.
Well, we got UFC Mexico this weekend, so some nice, really good matchups coming off a great UFC last weekend. So that's probably the key. This one, but it's all about pretty much college basketball because I can't believe in a blink of an eye we're in the month of March. First baseball preseason game I got to watch on my TV today was fantastic. Padres and Dodgers, so baseball just around the corner. So it's going to be a full thing. And the NBA tips back into, I hate to say second half of their season because they only got like 20 games left. But I can't believe NHL and NBA playoffs are just around the corner as well.
Well, hey, can we go ahead and start a petition to stop all All-Star games? I mean, the NBA All-Star game was a flop. It always is. The NFL Pro Bowl is, can we just get rid of this stuff?
I could say, yeah, get rid of all that. I think the baseball All-Star game is semi-competitive because the pitchers don't want to get rocked. They don't want to give up any home runs. And the hitters are trying to hit home runs to satisfy the crowds. I think the baseball All-Star game is the best out of everyone in the league, but everything else you just go bye-bye.
Hey, get in and play. MyBookie.ag. Esparza, I appreciate you, brother. Look, we'll do it again next week.
Take it easy. Have a fantastic week.